Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything about things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. And welcome to Nigeria, a country where the officials have perfected the act of negotiation with terrorists, bandits, and other non-state actors to release their captives without payment of ransom or any conditionalities. Even Israel and Hamas may have to come to Nigeria for tutorial on how to negotiate for the release of hostages. And the world should look forward to a Nigerian manual on how to negotiate with terrorists, bandits, and other non-state actors without any conditionalities, and the hostages are released free of charge. That is Nigeria for you. And do not be surprised that Nigeria has the capacity to do this. Do not forget, Nigeria is the country that produced a man who sold a non-existent airport to a Brazilian bank. That is how intelligent and smart Nigerians are, including their government. Recently, Nigerians were regaled on how officials have perfected the act of negotiation with terrorists without payment of ransom of any kind. That is what we're going to talk about today. To learn the secrets of Nigerian officials. You can call it the psychology of negotiation with terrorists without payment of ransom. A manual from Nigeria. Now, we have had a report that 22 abducted students and staff of the Federal University in Guzo, Zamfara State, who were kidnapped from the institution in September 2023, have regained their freedom from the terrorists. For almost a year, these students, most of them female, were with these terrorists. And these terrorists, after being talked to by Nigerian officials, generously released these girls without collection of ransom or any conditionalities. That is how powerful, how the negotiation strategy, superiority of Nigerians compared to the Hamas or to the Israeli negotiators. Now, on Monday, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, welcomed the abducted persons during an emotional ceremony in Abuja, where he said that no ransom was paid to secure the release of the abductees, and also announced that over 1,000 of such victims have been released through the negotiation prowess of the Nigerian government officials without any noise. By saying without any noise, it means without payment of any ransom or without any conditionalities. These terrorists just released these victims, just like that. And he said that this was done with complete respect to the privacy of these individuals that were released. So these victims were released without any noise, with complete respect to their privacy. Which now begs the question, why did they have to then show us the 22 abductees from the Federal University of Guzo? Why didn't they allow it to go without any noise? Why didn't they allow it to be among those over 1,000 that were released without a noise? Why did they have to make some noise about these 22 abducted students of University of Guzo and the staff of the institution? So the National Security Advisor made this incredible announcement that over 1,000 of such victims have been released without any noise and with complete respect to their privacy since President Bola Ahmed Tinubu assumed office in 2023. That was on May 29, 2023. Say thousands, over 1,000 people are being released without making a noise, without payment of any ransom. The National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, continued. He said, this is yet again another success story to bring all those unlawfully held in captivity. We have so far released over 1,000 of such victims without noise. And that is what I'm talking about. Nigeria has to teach Israel and Hamas on this secret of negotiation, of getting people released without noise. The arts and the science of releasing hostages without noise, without payment of ransom, is incredible. And it's a manual that other countries have to come and learn from Nigeria. In fact, I suggest that a book should be written by Nigerian officials on the art and science of negotiation with bandits, terrorists, without payment of ransom or any conditionalities whatsoever. If you perfect this act as taught by Nigerian officials, you don't have to pay money. Look at how much we had wasted in the past in payment of ransom. Or have we been paying ransom before? Now let us see what other authorities are saying about ransom in Nigeria. Do we pay ransom in Nigeria at all? Have we been paying ransom? And Tinubu's administration came in and perfected how to stop the payment of ransom and came up with a strategy that you can talk to these terrorists, these bandits, and they will release anybody they are holding, even with tanks. That is what Nigeria is out to teach the world, and is going to contribute to world peace. It's going to contribute to peace and security, not only in our continent, Africa, but around the world, if you can learn it from Nigeria. But let us look at what the Financial Times of London said about Nigeria and kidnapping. Financial Times of London, in a March editorial titled "Nigeria's Kidnapping Racket is Symptom of a Failing State." Let me take the headline of the editorial by the Financial Times of London. In the editorial of March 2024, it said, "Nigeria's kidnapping racket is symptom of a failing state." Going on, the Financial Times of London wrote and said that last year alone, that's in 2023, that's talking about last year alone, because this editorial was in March 2024. They say last year alone, almost 4,000 people were abducted in Nigeria. And they tried to explain the reason for this abduction. He said that economic hardship does not exonerate kidnapping gangs, but it helps explain them. In other words, he said that economic hardship helped to create these kidnappings and banditry in Nigeria. The highly revered newspaper went on to say that abductions have become hideously common, mostly carried out by criminal gangs who have turned kidnapping into a racket. So Financial Times said that kidnapping in Nigeria is a racket. And what do racketers do? Racketers are out to extort money. But Nigerian officials have perfected how to deal with these racketers to the level that they don't need money to release their victims. So their own racketing is of a different hue. This Financial Times of London said that this kidnapping in Nigeria had become a racket. But we know what racketers do. They're after illicit money. But in Nigeria, the officials have learned how to deal with these racketers and made them to release their victims without payment, without any conditionalities. They will just release the people and hand them over. No guns will be shot, nothing. And life goes on. Now, let us also look at another report which stated that between July 2022 and June 2023, 3,620 people across Nigeria were kidnapped with a ransom demand totaling over 5 billion, estimated to be $6.5 million, according to a report by the research firm SBM Intelligence. It said of the sum demanded as ransom, only 302 million naira or $395,000 was paid to the kidnappers, the report added. Now, this report is saying that between July 2022 and August and July 2023, that's within 1 year, kidnappers kidnapped about 6,620 people and made a ransom of 5 billion demand, which is about $6.5 million. But at the end of the day, families of victims paid 302 million naira or $395,000 was eventually paid to the kidnappers, the report added, quoting ransom payments disclosed by victims and family members. Obviously, at that time, by June 2023, Tinubu was just beginning his administration, so they were yet to perfect the act of releasing victims without payment of ransom. Perhaps that was why ransom was paid at that period. Now the report continued. We believe these numbers could be far higher. The report that was made public in August 2023 stated. Now let us go even further back. In 2022, the then Minister of Transportation, Muazu Sambo, said that no ransom was paid for the release of Abuja-Kaduna trains victims. However, Vanguard newspaper reported that over 6 billion was paid to the terrorists. Now, this is how we Nigeria was. This is how it used to be until the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu entered and wrote a manual on how to negotiate with terrorists without payment of ransom of any kind. Or is this their manual similar to that of Buhari's manual? Because Buhari also said he didn't pay any ransom. You had a minister, then Muazu Sambo, saying that the Kaduna Abuja trained victim kidnappers, trained victims who were kidnapped by terrorists, that no ransom was paid by the federal government. And they were saying it with their full chest, and they say in local parlance in Nigeria. But Vanguard newspaper said, no, we have a report that 6 billion was paid. Perhaps that was the last time Nigeria ever paid ransom for kidnappers. But even the government of that time didn't agree they paid anything. But that's by the way. But this video is just to appreciate the Nigerian officials for their capacity, for their ingenuity of negotiating with terrorists, bandits who go all the way, all out. Imagine terrorists going all the way to Kaduna State to pick students and their teachers and take them to Zamfara. Zamfara. They walked by foot because there was no proof they entered any vehicle. They walked by foot. After all this wahala, Nigerian government officials just talked to them, applying the psychology of negotiating with terrorists and bandits. And kumbaya, the students and their teachers were released. That is how we roll in Nigeria. That is why everybody is looking up to Nigeria now, to teach them how to negotiate with terrorists, bandits, without payment of ransom. It is a manual that the world need to know about. Israel, Hamas, and other countries where they are facing challenges of kidnapping should indeed come to Nigeria to learn, because we are smart people. Don't forget, as I said, it is in this country that we had a man who sold a non-existent airport to a Brazilian bank, which eventually collapsed, and the Nigerian became a billionaire. That is how we roll. That is why we are Nigerians. We can do the impossible. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and put it out for more people to see. Thank you, and God bless you. You and yours.